actually had a good number of achievements. Let me say that we are in an era of digitalization. So one of the key achievements that under the Regional Integration and Trade sub-program of ECA, we are very proud of the fact that we've been able to collect data at the country level on the preparedness of African countries to take advantage of digitalization. Essentially, what we've been doing is to go there and see, do they have the right, do they have the up-to-date regulations that would allow them to take advantage of digitalization in this cross-border trade. We also look at, are there issues to do with the amount of digital infrastructure? Do they have sufficient digital infrastructure that would allow them to be participants to the cross-border trading through e-commerce that is going to become possible because of the AFCFTA, the African Continental Free Trade Area. Another achievement that I would want to mention is that we've been saying that the AFCFTA is the platform through which African countries can industrialize. And one of the sectors where that industrialization is going to take place is the pharmaceutical sector. As you know, Africa gets more than 90% of its medicines from outside the continent. And so the AFCFTA offers a platform whereby African countries can work together to scale up local production or local manufacturing of medicines. And so a key achievement for us was the fact that we've been able to bring countries together to agree on a draft legal instrument that they'll be using to manage a pooled procurement mechanism which will aggregate the demand of African countries, about 10 of them. And through that aggregated demand, they will be able to take it to manufacturers within the sub-region to show that they can actually sustain a manufacturing business. And this is the way you lead to scaled up manufacturing, so more production, and by extension, more job creation within the pharma sector in the continent. The major challenges, I guess, so first of all, there are a lot of, and it's not actually a challenge per se, there are actually a lot of demands that come to the Commission because of the work that we do. So you get a lot of requests from member states. And so it's not so much a challenge, but it's something that you want to celebrate. But at the same time, you want to be able to respond in a way that you are effective. So in other words, maybe I'm saying that sometimes you feel stretched resource-wise, and especially a human resource, because you would want to respond to every ask that you get from your stakeholders. And these asks are priorities to the stakeholders, in this case, the member states. Yet you want to make sure that when you go there, you want to be able to deliver a good product. Now, how do we solve that? One of the ways we try to solve that is by ensuring that we collaborate as different parts of the house. We have our sub-regional offices in the different parts of the continent. We try to see whether we can work together so that we deliver as one ECA. So that is one of the ways we overcome this good challenge of getting a lot of demands, while as an individual sub-program, you feel that you are stretched, yet the other parts of the house that you can leverage to deliver on these results. So our plan going to 2024, we'll continue doing the things that we've been doing. We do hope to continue leveraging on the AFCFTA national strategies that we've been supporting countries to develop. And we'll be moving now more into the area of implementation. And when I talk about implementation, and maybe you heard this from our coordinator of the Africa Trade Policy Center, implementation for us is being able to see that the rules book at the national level are actually being changed so that they can take on board the new instruments that the AFCFTA requires for the implementation to take place. So we will continue supporting African countries, especially the state parties to the AFCFTA agreement, to be able to work with them to implement their strategies. If they need to do legal reviews, reviews of the regulations or the review of the laws at the national level, we'll be there for them. And of course, we don't do this as individually, just as ECA. We work very closely with the AFCFTA Secretariat in Ghana, and also other actors who are working in this space under the leadership of the AFCFTA Secretariat. So that's one of the things that we'll be focusing on next year. But our AFCFTA Anchored Pharmaceutical Initiative is a very important initiative that is also going to take a bit of our time in 2024, because we would want to see now the countries signing on this legal instrument and eventually having a secretariat of the pooled procurement mechanism working, so that at least we can actually start seeing manufacturing of medicines within the continent based on the aggregated demand of African countries. And this way, we'll be able to deepen the ecosystem we want to see in the area of pharmaceuticals under the AFCFTA.